South India or maybe throughout India. I also welcome guest speaker Engineer D.V. Maran and Engineer K.N.S. Prakash Rao and all other distinguished guests who have joined from other parts of our country as well as other parts of Visakhapatnam. And I really wish you success for this program. And I once again thank you all for joining, even though today is a working day and you took your time out of your busy schedule. Thank you once again from me as President of ISRE, Isaac. Now I hand over the mic to Mr. Ramprasad for further proceedings. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Pawan Kumar. Before I begin, I thought I'd just mention a few words on the significance of Engineers Day. It is on 15th September that one of the doyens of engineering industry and engineer, Sir M. Visvesvaraya was born. And subsequently, given the contributions made by him across India, he was also awarded the Bharat Ratna. And Engineers Day in India is celebrated or commemorated on the 15th of September. Well, suppose each country has got its own date, but in India we celebrate Engineers Day as 15th September. Now, on that note, I have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Meenakshi Anantharaman. If I have to really go through her profile, it will take me another half an hour, which we don't have. But at the very outset, I would like to thank you, madam, for taking time out and agreeing to be the keynote speaker. Dr. Meenakshi is a gold medalist in MSc. She has done her B.Ed and her PhD, again a gold medalist. A Limca Book awardee, a pioneering event manager. She is the founder of Razmatas, an event management company. An Indian sports person and commentator, an anchor, international writer, a well-known accredited motivational speaker, and also it will be a small bit of other tidbits. She has played the national team for cricket and has been on the Indian handball squad at the 1982 Asian Games. She is an acclaimed international scientist and was a recipient of the Basu Memorial Gold Medal as outstanding young scientist in India. And has a doctorate in parasitology with her path-steering research on fish parasite migration. She was also shortlisted to the Antarctic mission and is one of the few Indians to win the prestigious Mount Bosho Scholarship. Whilst her awards list run to 2 pages, I'll briefly go through a few of them. Manoranjini, Best Anchor in EP in 2000. Andhra Kokila Ugadi Award in 2005. Public Relations Society of India Award for Best National Anchor and Event Manager in 2017. Outstanding Young Person, JCs in 2003. Business Leader 2015 by TV5. Chief Minister's Award for Event Excellence in 2012. And a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Jade event in Hyderabad in 2008. With this brief introduction, I have pleasure now to invite Dr. Meenakshi Anantharaman to speak to us.
Thank you, Ramprasad Garu, for all those beautiful people who come in the disguise of just engineers. Today is your special day. 3 cheers to every engineer in this room and every engineer who builds the destiny of our country. Today, in remembering Moksha Gundam Bharat Ratna Visvesvaraya, we actually felicitate each of you who have learned to build bridges with society, making our society a stronger, a braver world where we can live happily, because you are the architects and engineers that allow us to live life so beautifully. So congratulations to every engineer who's here with us, and wish you a wonderful Engineers Day. I thank the ISRE, a very prestigious body, the Indian Society for Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers, for permitting me to be with you. Engineering and science are 2 sides of a coin. We are brothers and sisters. We are indeed reflections of each other's goodness, each other's grace and dignity in the society. So be it this evening. We are here to discuss a very pertinent and important topic. And as a keynote speaker, I've been given 10 minutes to discuss something as beautiful as the youth of India. Friends, you would all know and it's been told to us time and again that India is one of the youngest countries in the world. In the working populace, we have more than 62% of Indians in the work group of 15 to 59. We are young. So even though some of us are older than that, feel young because our country represents us. The population working force less than 25 years is 54%. Now, time and again, why do we repeat this? Today, we address more than 50%, 54% of our population that is working. And out of that, 80% are engineers in some form or the other. So you are the major chunk of the ones that create history for our country. 1.3 billion Indians, the second most populous country in the world, our average age 29. We are creating a demographic dividend which could play a very crucial role in the world to come. We provide a plethora of opportunities in today's dynamic world just because we have youth. And for all the young boys and girls who are listening to me, take your hats off. You are the future of our country. Having said all this, let me take you to the grassroots. India produces about 7 to 8 lakh engineers every year. 10,000 of them come from IITs, 15,000 from NITs, and the rest from all the other colleges. So we have a big bunch, a big herd. Our team is huge. Young India is a driving culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and diversity. UK, a smaller country than ours, has 20% of people at the entry level who want to become engineers. But we, if you ask a 16, 18, and 19-year-old child in India what he would like to be, engineering would be his first choice. So are we a part of the 3 idiots syndrome, or are engineers? Where are we taking them? What is the role that each one of you had when you said I wanted to be an engineer, is what we discuss now. We are an engineering powerhouse. I think our tagline India would be #EngineerIndia. So that is what the power of the discussion is today. Globally, we are a driving force. Most engineers, unfortunately, today are unemployable. So coming to where I would like to start my journey is the role of engineers. What do we tell the younger generation? You and I have a role here. We have to handhold that generation that is 25 years of age or less than that. They are much better than us. The new millennial is much more intelligent than us. They're computer savvy. They're digital children. You and I are very outdated and backlogged, but still, the kind of expertise that you and I bring to the table is invaluable. And in traditionally Indian philosophies, we have to teach our children to sit at the table and respect us as partners. For all the children out there are many factors that can come in the discussion because we are actually living in a funnel. 7 lakh children get into the rat race of being in engineering colleges. Out of them, people drop out, people get frustrated. Finally, out of the people that come out, maybe 50-60%, the paying packages that they get in their disciplines are so low that they go into the IT industry. The lure of the code, the lure of artificial intelligence, the lure of the big packet monies, our children leave their disciplines and move away for greener pastures for money. So what happens? Only the dregs remain with us, isn't it? This is very sad because you and I have a role, and our students also. I am not saying don't go away. Go, drain your brain, go to another country, earn, come back to us. But when you come back with a plan, because you are the future of our country and our entire generation is looking at you. I would like to speak specially. I'm sure all our wonderful speakers over here, Mr. Maran, Mr. Prakash Rao, the champion of MSME, has a lot to say about this particular topic. A lot of water has flown under this bridge, isn't it? But my take is for all the women out there. Youth is a period when a man is full of energy, man, woman. A man is full of ambition and zest for life. The power of the energy can be used for both constructive and destructive purposes. What are you going to do? Youth leadership skills are so relevant to young people. Personality development, the kind of person you are before you're an engineer. Engineering only equips you to be the curator of the world. but what you bring from inside is what you bring to the entire universe. So for all the engineers, as young engineers, when you remove the old driver and you sit in the driving seat, you are like Spider-Man. Do you know what Spider-Man he is? He's not the guy who wears an underwear on his clothes and flies around the place. Spider-Man is a very powerful person. The minute he puts on the dress, he becomes the most powerful person on earth. For all the young boys and girls, the minute you become an engineer and come out with a degree, with great power comes great responsibility. With great power and the degree in your hand comes the entire onus of an nation that is looking at you as an architect to build the future. There's a lot to be said about what the curriculum went, where the curriculum went wrong, where the job seekers went wrong, what the other countries are doing better than us, where brain drain has happened. But my take to you children today is focus. Please communicate with yourself. Understand yourself in the concept and the perception of engineering. Who is an engineer? Before you ask, who am I? Ask, who is an engineer? Why am I here? Am I just a part of the rat race? Am I also running a race? Am I going to blame the government? Am I going to blame my parents, my teachers for not upskilling me? Or should I blame myself? The onus is on yourself. There are so many avenues where you can learn. Focus, because you have to build a strong team. We have a strong leader at Delhi. Be the strong team. Be the T20 team that will go and win every match with a fine innings. Because every engineer is valuable to us. In the next 2 years, India will require 1.8 million engineers. That is the requirement. And most of our engineers have diluted themselves. Mechanical engineers, civil engineers, valuable players have gone into IT and other, paying packages. What happens to your disciplines? Who will look after your boat? Who's going to steer your boat? Please remember, for those students who finally have to lose themselves in the maze of life, do not do that to yourself in your country. If you are a mechanical, chemical engineer, be there. Play the chemistry well. Be the leader in your field, because there are big packages also waiting for you. Who knows? You might be the big one in your field. So please stay. Have empathy. Science is an art. Engineering is not about building outside. It is about building inside. Inner engineering is the quality that you have to adhere to. You can be anybody, but everybody can't be like you, isn't it? You are special. The kind of person that you bring to the table before you're an engineer, a beautiful human being. Be that person that people say, this engineer is unique. Make that impact. When you enter a room, it should not be engineer XYZ. It should be this fantastic person who is an engineer. So please make sure that you don't lose yourself in just being another graduate. Upskill yourself, communicate, learn body language, learn to be divine. Start every foot forward, every journey forward should take you inwards. Share the vision with your youngsters. Hold the hands of your comrades. Hold the hands of your seniors. Do not belittle, do not tease your seniors who are not as computer savvy as you. Your only strength is that you were born in a millennial world where the computer was there. But me and my team of oldies, we are strong. We know the values of life. Do not lead us, partner us. We are willing. We have never grown older than you. If you are 25, we are still there to hold your hand, walk the journey with you, because we will always be moving inwards as we move outwards. Leadership and constant partnership with learning is what you have to do. And above all, you should be able to skill up every day. I'm sure in the open house you might have thousands of questions that will come up on what does an engineer do to scale up? What has our country done for us, etc., etc., etc. But before you ask that question, please ask, what have you done as an engineer? Warren Buffett, the great man, the motivational speaker, said, every vehicle in a foreign country has 2 windshields, one in the front and one at the back. The younger generation will always maneuver with the windshield in the front. What about the windshield at the back? Have you ever realized if that windshield goes wrong, you'll never be able to back out of anything that you do wrong. So always look back at the past mistakes of your colleagues, your seniors, people in the industry. And I would beseech the decision makers industry owner, my brothers who are in the audience now, please make it mandatory for our boys and girls to dirty their hands before they enter the industry. Most of you do not go hands on. Most of the engineering students who come to the industry have no idea apart from their bookish knowledge. Please dirty your hands. Dirty hands are hard hands. Please go to the industry, train with the industry at least for that 1 year or 6 months, valuable time. Learn it the dirty way, the hard way, because it is that time, that those 6 months that are very crucial, because life is not a book, life is the real story. And one day you will write that book of your life, and in that story you will be the hero, because you knew that the end result of life is not a story, it's how beautifully you planned it, how beautifully you lived it. India, the world without an engineer, is like a bike without any wheels. A vision that was seen by Bharat Ratna Vishveshwaraya so many years ago. I wish this great man a wonderful 160th birthday. See, even today, the king of Mysore, the great architect, the great engineer, every year we remember him, isn't it? And we don't remember him just because he did something with engineering. He became the custodian of the future of an entire country. He is the engineer who made it big, who will teach us every year on this day and every day that engineering is the bottom line of every industry, of every life. I wish you all the best, and I thank you so much, Madhu Garu, Ram Prasad Garu, for giving me the opportunity to be here. Remember, your life, young ones, your life lies ahead of you like a field of unbeaten snow. Your life lies ahead of you like a field of unbeaten snow. Be careful how you step on it, for every mark will show. Have a wonderful life. God bless you. Jai Hind.
Amazing. Just one word, amazing, Dr. Meenakshi. Be sure we spread this message. It was very inspiring. And I believe the older youths who are here will take this message and spread it further. Thank you very much once again. And before I invite Mr. Maran, I would have pleasure to invite Mr. Vikram Murthy, past president of ISRAIN, to speak to us for 2 minutes. Mr. Vikram Murthy, please.
Kamsi, please allow Mr. Vikram Murthy.
Yes, thank you. You can hear me, Madhu?
Yes.
Yes,
I was so fascinated to listen to Meenakshi speaking. It was really good, and I was just trying to get into what she was saying, and she covered such a gamut and such a spectrum of subjects. So it's really good because for one reason that she has given whole encouragement for the youth to come up and look at their future, not in terms of what's available, but what they need to do to develop themselves. I think that was a very strong message which she sent out. So I am looking forward to listening to the others, as well as congratulate you and Vizag for organizing a nice program which I am going to watch now. All the best.
Yeah, please. Yeah, few words, Mr. Vikram Murthy.
Madhu, you didn't hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Just a few words from you.
So I just spoke. You were not able to hear me at that time.
No. You were speaking about Dr.
Okay, about her. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because she was the most uppermost in my focus. But here's what I wish to say on this wonderful day of Engineers Day, that it is really speaking the engineer who has the biggest opportunity for arming himself and for doing good work and making a career, because the engineering degree and the engineering profession gives one a lot of confidence, the ability to analyze, and I think that's what our youth and our young engineers have to realize, that they have it within themselves and they have so much to do, because we are embarking now on many fronts in our country on the engineering dimension. There are many things which are going to open up, and the coming together of agriculture, engineering, medicine and engineering, and civil engineering and electronics, all sorts of multi-dimensional things are happening. But at the core, the building sector has a lot of things to do to make our life more resilient and more gentle on this earth. So here's my message to everybody. Stay focused and you will be very useful to the world around you, to India around you, as well as to your own self. Have a wonderful Engineers Day and this program. Thank you, Madhu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vikramurthy. And as I remarked at the start of the proceeding, the vibes were very good for today's event, and I believe it is still continuing. Started with the inspirational input from Dr. Meenakshi, followed by you. We have pleasure now to invite Mr. G.V. Maran, mechanical engineer from REC Trichy. I belong to the generation where it was known as REC. And I am also happy that we have a senior mate of mine, Dr. Hasan Sheikh, also who has been kind enough to join us today. Mr. Maran is presently the scientific officer F and head of the Zonal Workshop Center at the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, IGCAR, Kalmakam. He is also in the Reactor Design and Technology Group of the IGCAR, Kalmakam. And he comes with his area of specialization in production technology and workshop practices, fabrication, machining, and inspection of nuclear reactor components. He has published a large number of papers both in the Indian and in international journals. He is a life member of the Indian Institute of Welding, Indian Society for Non-Destructive Testing, ISRE, and the Indian Nuclear Society, as well as the Quality Circle Forum of India, and many more. Maran has also won more than 6 awards and appreciations from the Department of Atomic Energy during his illustrious career over there. We are proud and happy to have you here, Mr. Maran. Please.
Thank you, Ramprasad Garu. Good evening to all. Happy Engineers Day to all. Dr. Meenakshi Madam has given such an inspiring talk. So youngsters seeing this should really be motivated. It was such a wonderful motivational speech from Madam. Thank you, Madam. To carry over with Madam's speech. So Madam correctly said that a world without engineers is a bike without wheels. So that is an excellent quote which I like to recollect here. And Engineers Day in India is observed on September 15, the anniversary of Bharat Ratna Visvesvaraya birthday in 1851. He is known as India's greatest engineers of all time. Visvesvaraya is responsible for uplifting the state of Mysore, or people are aware, to its current status of modern state. He is known as a Diwan of Mysore. Engineers Day is celebrated all over the country. Schools, colleges and offices to honor the tireless and hard-working engineers. Celebrating this day not only observes the birthday of Mokshakunda Visvesvaraya, but also inspires many young talented people to pursue this line of profession, that is engineering. Engineers Day marks the importance of engineers, not only that, but also proudly says thanks to all the engineers who are working tirelessly towards the cultivation of development of the society and nation. So the topic for today, the role of youth as engineers towards today's environment. Youth play a very major role. As such, I deal with many of the youths during my class sessions and those things. So, before 10-15 years, when I come across, before 15 years, let's say, so when I come across some youth, they will tell, I want to become an engineer. And there was some passion over the profession those days. So engineering, as people are aware, can be divided into many branches. Of late, so down the lane, seeing down the lane 15 years, down the lane if you see, there are a lot of engineering colleges mushroom, and lot of engineering professionals are coming out. So it is very pathetic to see many of the people don't get a proper job. So that is kept one side. But as a profession, as a engineer as a profession, you see, that has lot of things to be done. So as an engineer, you see, we read many topics, many subjects. It is just the tools which we have. Suppose you want to
Your favorite person.
tighten a bolt or a nut, so you need some tools. So like that, this engineering gives many tools in the form of different subjects. Roughly in the engineering degree, BE degree, we write more than 65 papers, engineering paper. So that tools has to be properly used. That should be the motive. Apart from the job market is one thing. The other thing is to rightly use the tools or the subjects whichever we had learned. So how to beat this deficit of job market. Madam has correctly said many people go for this IT related jobs. So you take a mechanical engineer or a metallurgical engineer, it is not discipline specific nowadays. Going to IT job, you need to have some minimum aptitude skills and those things. So my suggestion, okay, that's a good job. I'm not telling wrong on that. My suggestion, how to beat, so having got the engineering skill and those things, how to beat this unemployment status or those things is to become an entrepreneur. So as I said, this engineering degree gives many skills, lot of skills are there. So with that, we should try to do something new, especially to the society, especially to the environment, and we can become an entrepreneur. It is important to understand that engineers don't just work with machines, designs or circuit boards. And engineering doesn't only require a good understanding of science and mathematics. It's a culmination of science and mathematics. Engineering needs to be understood in the context of its role in society. And especially as a young
See,
engineer.
everybody's photos are coming. Mine is not coming.
So your
How do I
role
put my
as an
photo here?
engineer has
How
to be
do I put my
understood in
photo on
the
my cover?
context to work within a company.
Come here.
So we need some
Your
skill
photo's
set to
coming
be
like that,
developed
smiling. I want my
to
photo
get
also.
employable for a
Yeah.
company. For example, for software, we need some coding skills and those. That
From
skills
here
we
on,
have
yeah?
to develop.
Very good.
Just reading some theoretical papers, like I said,
asked you
there
this
are around
question,
65 engineering papers,
I
like
want profile picture here.
university exams are coming out.
Uncle
That
says
doesn't
like
mean an
budgies.
engineer is employable. So the young stage itself, we should develop some skills to make ourselves employable. For example, you want to go into IT, so you should learn some coding. You can go some coding classes, some software testing classes like that. So suppose a mechanical engineer, you can go into some skill development like some CAD/CAM courses or some design courses like ANSYS, like that, ProE and so on. Similarly, an electronics engineer can go with some circuit designing, VLSI. So like that, just reading an engineering degree does not suffice for an employee. To make ourselves suffice for an employment or ourselves able to be employable, we need to develop some extra skills. So that comes to, say, nowadays many internet things are come. So nowadays no need to attend a course by giving some money or nothing like that. You can read ourselves. Suppose you need to know some Python language. You can go, there are a lot of tutorials available on the internet. You can develop yourself. So you should make ourselves employable. So just getting a degree and coming out is not the thing. And as an engineer, if you see, you may be involved in some some you also need, apart from this engineering skill set, you also need some managerial quality. Of course, that may be the later stage of your lift in your organization. So, but you need to have some managerial quality also. Like you may be involved in negotiations, you may become a manager, and not only then supervising a work of